Good morning, everybody. I haven't come live in such a long time, and doing my makeup with you guys the other day was so much fun. I had to come and do it again. I am so excited. So, I wanted to talk about a special tool that I use all the time to bring magic into my life. I said magic, okay? If you hate Harry Potter and you hate science fiction, you can say whatever you want. I love that stuff. I'm going to say magic. So I discovered through reading a lot of books, through doing a lot of work on myself, that there's this idea, this really powerful idea, that when you feel something, like really allow yourself to feel it, it doesn't matter whether you actually are holding it in your hand. If your brain thinks you have that thing, you have that thing. It is as if you have it. And we all know this is true because how many times do you have everything you want in front of you and you actually don't feel like you have what you want yet, right? Or like you actually get the thing that you want and you're like, wait, like how come I'm not happy? I thought I was going to be happy. And there are times where you plan a vacation and you're like so happy and you haven't even gone on the vacation yet, but in your mind, you are already on that vacation. This is what I call the magical power of the red button. I want you to imagine this huge red button, like on a game show. Like you'd have to put two hands and like press hard on it and like money's gonna fall down from the ceiling and you're gonna light up with happiness and every dopamine receptor in your brain is gonna go crazy with joy. You are gonna live in whatever fantasy dream you have for your life when you hit that red button. And I'll tell you where mine is. My red button is right here. And it's crazy, but this has literally transformed so many negative experiences and helped me not get stuck in a negative loop. There are so many times where in a communication, somebody is saying something like not in a way that I want to hear it. With my husband, I could be like, oh, okay, the trash still really needs to go out. And he'll be like, but I was so busy and da-da-da. I'm like, I'm not judging you for not taking it out before. Like, I just want you to take it out now. And like, I realized this, that I hadn't been using it in that scenario. And I'm going to start using it there because I use it in so many other scenarios. And the second I started using it in that scenario too, it works. Because it works with everything. It is the big red button of joy and happiness. Okay? And I am giving it to you. So take care of it. Cherish it. You're having an interaction this Shabbos. You are getting ready for Shabbos and you ask your kids to wash the dishes. And they're like, I'm not going to wash no dishes. If you're watching this video, I can't see who you are. If you don't comment or like send a like, so send me a heart so I can see your pretty faces. Let me know you're here. Say hi. And your kids said that I don't want to wash the dishes. So I want you to be like, red button, and all of a sudden feel so good, feel so excited for Shabbos. Bring into your mind this image of your child, your fantasy version of this child who's like, of course, mommy, I value the Shabbos that you make for us so much. I love you. Of course I want to wash the dishes. And something is just stopping me right now. And look at that kid and be like, oh, what's going on for you right now? Is there somewhere else you feel like you need to be? And all of a sudden, you see that kid in their best light. And the way you interact with them, like this changes. And they're like, yeah, I had a really hard day and this happened and then this happened. And you're like, wow, I'm so excited Shabbos is coming. Like, are you looking forward to Shabbos? Yeah, I'm really looking forward to Shabbos. And okay. I really want to go do this thing that needs to get done right now. Could you do me a favor, please? And go wash the dishes right now. And that doesn't mean every interaction is always going to be amazing that they're going to wash the dishes. I can't promise you that. The red button is for you and your feelings. You can't change someone else's feelings. But when I am in a place of I am so excited for Shabbos, the resentment of everybody else, the judgment that I'm walking around assessing everybody else and the way they're contributing goes away. And instead I'm seeing these beautiful people in my life who love me, who love Shabbos, who value our Jewish values. And just because they don't want to turn off the TV right now doesn't mean that they don't value Shabbos, they don't value my effort, they don't do all those things. Because when I tell myself that story and I'm not hitting that red button, my behavior is going to make my worst nightmare come true. Versus hit that red button. So you're at the Shabbos table and the kids are arguing and the challah is right there in front of you. You think when you reach for that piece of extra challah, it's your red button, but it isn't. It's not going to make you happy. Literally, 2 hands together and just go. Someone's be like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just nothing. I'm just feeling good. Just feeling good. And hit that red button. Hit it. Hit it. Release that endorphins. Release that dopamine and be like, my children are here. They're interacting. Visualize the like filtered version of your children for a minute and realize that's who they are. Our children are the fantasy children in our mind because that's their soul. On top of that are their immediate needs, wants, feelings, fears, resistance, just like us, okay? But at their soul level, they're like incredible humans who you get to interact with on Shabbos. So when you hit that red button, you're resetting yourself to factory settings, to God settings, and you're being like, oh, I actually don't need that piece of challah. I can do it for myself. I have a built-in flipping red button of magical joy. How many times I get up and like right now, my bed isn't made. Like there's like this pile of my husband's work material because he don't works. I'm like in his version of our office in the bedroom on the floor. I'm like assessing, judging, right? Come on, don't leave me hanging. I know you do this too. I'm not ashamed that I have issues anymore. I have learned that recognizing I have issues is the only way to joy and happiness. So more issues, the better, because that's where my happiness lies, right on the other side of that issue. So hit that red button and all I see is all of a sudden, like literally I'm looking at the tools that are like piled here in the corner. I'm like, wow. He really is trying to get to those house projects I've been asking him to do. So he took out the tools so he would see them to do it. All these papers, wow, it is super challenging for him to work at home, and he's doing that. How can I help him have maybe a more organized space that would help him out to be more organized at work and make our room feel like our sacred space again? My entire story around that changed with the hit of my magical red button. We have so many red buttons built into Shabbat. Did you know that when you light the candles and you cover your eyes, where you touch when you cover your eyes, these whole area are red buttons in your body to release peace and dopamine and happiness? So you light the Shabbos candles and you cover your eyes so that you are in a positive state to make that blessing, to bring in the light. Thanks, Chaim. And then when you make Kiddush, right, it matters that you're holding the cup. It matters that the wine is to the top because we're talking about filling our cup with abundance on Shabbos, filling our cup with blessing. The entire point of Shabbos is to fill your spiritual like measuring cup that's going to pour out over you all week. So if you leave Shabbos feeling overfed, gross, bloated, angry with your family, like you need a break, then instead of filling your cup with joy over Shabbos, instead of keeping to hit those red buttons, instead of touching that Kiddush cup and feeling like you are getting something out of the experience, You're actually draining the blessing out that was supposed to be coming in. And you have to think about how powerful that is, because if you're completely open on Shabbos in order to be filled up with blessing, you're also completely open to drain yourself of potential for the coming week. So don't waste the experience. Hit that red button as much as you need to fill yourself up with joy. Challah is not there to make you feel ill. It's not there to replace the food that you're supposed to be eating at that meal. It's there to symbolize parnasa. It's there, and the way that we get parnasa, we know, is not by consuming. It's by giving. Right? The immediate, what is challah? Challah isn't the bread we eat at the table. Challah is the part we give to the Kohen. Because how do we manifest abundance? We do it by giving and feeling abundant, not by taking in because we feel deprived. So when you interact with challah this Shabbos, be focused on feeling abundant. I don't need to eat it. I gifted it. My kids don't need to overeat it. We have this gift of this whole meal coming. Make smaller challahs and give the rest out to neighbors. Okay? Buy rolls, buy smaller things that are the right amount so that you are manifesting your abundance with it, not consuming it. So that you aren't able to act in the way you want to act and feel the way you want to feel. Okay? When it comes to these very elaborate meals, I know people don't like Shabbos, and this is my mission. Shabbos is amazing. And our relationship with food is we're not going to tolerate anymore. It's stealing our joy from Shabbos when it's actually supposed to be the opposite. So you have these big elaborate meals, right? Think about using smaller plates. Think about choosing one way to manifest abundance, or variety or quantity. Because when there's too much, that leads to a feeling of waste. The idea of waste is why we end up overeating. I'm like, I can't waste all this food I put effort into. That's not what you want. You want to think about, oh, I don't want to waste the time, Erev Shabbos, making so much more food than we actually need to feel abundant, because the whole point is not spending so much time with the dishes and the cooking and the food. It's to have time to think, time to create better relationships, time to work on your communication. What books are you reading on Shabbos? Are you taking a break from the week, which is great, and reading a novel? Love to do that. But I also try to read something on marriage, on parenting, on something that's I can then practice literally because my kids and husband are around and we have no distractions from cell phones or anything else. So think about, that's enough for today because I can talk about this forever. But share this video. Let's create a movement with the red button that is going to change your life and change your experience of Shabbos. So share this video. Follow my page, LA Nutrition Decision. We talk about health, we talk about wellness, we talk about fitness. But my special calling, and you can send me your email, I'm creating a course just on Shabbos. It is in development right now. But I feel like it is the secret to unlocking our potential as Jews, and we are just missing out because we got totally confused in our relationship with food. I love you guys. Shabbat Shalom.